What's up, guys? Bonafide Hustler here.
College Picker is here.
Glenn with Hustler Hacks.
All right, so what's going on? Green Room Hangout number 39 is about to go down. If you're watching this, this is a live show. I'm the Bonafide Hustler. I reside in Austin, Texas. I buy stuff I find from garage sales, estate sales, yard sales, flea markets, pawn shops, swap meets. I put it on places like eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, my antique booth, and consignment stores in town. That's what I do. I'm one of the admins of the Green Room University, and I'll toss it over to College Picker.
I'm a full-time admin of the Green Room. I flip primarily on Amazon, Etsy, and a little bit of eBay, Craigslist when I can. Right now I'm on a bicycle tour riding across the country, and I'm very lucky to have Wi-Fi tonight, so I'm very happy to join you guys and to see some of the comments coming in. I'm in Tallahassee right now, believe it or not, which used to be my old stomping ground. And who do we have in the Oklahoma jersey?
My name is Glenn with the Hustler Hacks YouTube channel, and I am a reseller and graphic designer and sell on FBA, eBay, Craigslist, that stuff, and recently now trying to dominate merch. So
All right.
that's what we're here for.
Cool. So this show is going to be really nice and action-packed. If you don't know anything about merch or you're dabbling in merch, hopefully you'll get some really amazing tips, or at least the motivation to go further into your merch business. All right, so let's make sure that we sound good, get a little check, sound check. Let us know in the feed if we sound all right, and we'll shout out some people real quick. Thrifty Treasures, what's up? Jamison Filippi. We have Mike Decker, Hoovie the Real. We have Faye Lloyd, Trevi Bumps, Secondhand Rose. You know, it's Traveling Troy, a lot of familiar names. Enzo the Picker, See America 1, a lot of people here. What's really interesting is I've met just about all these people. What's up, Easy Money? Oh, that's my brother. He lives right next door. He should just be in here. Okay, so about, you know, E-Money, if you want to sit in on this, you got your headset. You don't even need a camera. If your camera on your MacBook's working, you can just jump in. Let me know on Facebook or send me a text on the phone, and I'll give you the link to the show. All right. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about merch today. It's a very first of all, Glenn, when did merch come out?
I think it was around September. I think it was around September, and then later on when you guys had that interview with Chris Green, and he was trying to he was telling you guys a little bit about it, and that's when I kind of signed up. But I really didn't sign up until like late November, I think, is when I signed up. But by then, it's probably like a couple of months old.
Okay, so cool. So if people are watching this right now, they have no idea what we're even talking about, right? We talk about eBay, we talk about FBA, but now we're talking about this thing called merch. You know, define merch in the simplest terms that you can say.
You pretty much design for a T-shirt. You upload that design to Amazon's platform, and then they will create the T-shirt and ship it out to a customer, whoever bought the shirt from you. You name your price, and then you know, you get a royalty from it.
Okay, cool. So when you say you design a shirt, I mean, some people might be like already freaked out. We have some people that, you know, they might have complications using anything outside of maybe a cell phone or a laptop, right? So when you say design, it might freak people out. What kind of designs are we talking about here?
Well, you can design, I mean, pretty much like one of the examples that I showed, I was wearing like a Nike shirt, and they have a lot of like text-based shirts, so you can pretty much design anything you really want as long as you're not infringing copyright. And you know, wherever you want to target certain niche and stuff, you can do that too.
And designs to you can be like graphics, or they can be text-based, right?
Yeah, graphics or text-based, whatever you want to create pretty much on. Well, you can use Photoshop, Illustrator. Some people use GIMP and other. I'm really not too sure what the other platform, or I guess like platforms with software you can use, but I use Adobe Illustrator.
Microsoft Paint, maybe?
Microsoft Word.
Oh my God. Okay. So let's before we get into the show, let's talk about kind of your trajectory. You got started in November. Okay, now walk us through like your first month. Did you kind of dabble into it, or did you, design 10 shirts? Because everyone that is in merch, you start off with how many, Glenn?
25.
25 shirts. All right, so you start off with 25 shirts. You have to get registered, so go get registered if you haven't. It might take a while to get approved. So when you watch the show, just remember that the majority of the people in the feed and that have dabbled in it are already approved, obviously. So go get approved if you have it. Okay, so your first month, how many did you design on your first month? Or did you just knock out 25 real quick? How did you do it?
No, I was kind of like I was just kind of like dabbling into like prices and also like looking up things on copyright, trying to get things right. So I think I only made like 10 to 12 in the beginning, and since it was around like Q4 time, I was like my head was just not into merch like during that time. So like that late November, I didn't design anything, and then a couple of shirts, 10 to 12 range, like in December.
Okay.
And it took probably like 2 weeks to really see some kind of like sales generating.
Okay, and then as soon as you saw the sales coming in, is that when you kind of like put 2 and 2 together? You're like, this could be something?
Yeah, when I started seeing it kind of like snowball, but I kind of figured, if I'm just adding in shirts here and there, I was like, you know what, I really gotta do as many as possible. I figure if I have more shirts, the better. And during that time when I joined, I think there was like 18,000 shirts already on merch.
18,000. Eric, that it sounds like a lot of people looking at that number might just give up, right? With 18,000 shirts floating around already, and you're kind of behind, only having 12 done. Eric, are you how do I say this? Are you approved on merch? You are, Eric, right?
I'm approved. Yeah, I did it the night that Chris Green said it's open for everybody. Go do it now, and I went and did it, and I'm approved.
Okay. Have you designed any text-based shirts?
I have not. I have not. I am approved. I have had some ideas. I am planning to maybe dabble in it after Glenn spills these secrets tonight and after the bike tour. I really don't have time for it right now within the next couple months. Definitely after the Green Room meetup, maybe like later this year.
Okay. All right, so let's go back to Glenn on this. What kind of... people that want to invest any kind of time into any kind of project, they want to know the potential return, right? So when you design these 12 and you started getting paid, I mean, for the amount that you put in, was the payment kind of rewarding already, or was it kind of like, that wasn't worth my time? Like,
well, I guess like to me, I was just like, if I just sell one shirt, I've already won. I guess because I put $0 into it. So anything that I saw was a sale. I was like, you know what, I'm not going anywhere or sourcing anything. I'm just sitting here kind of designing stuff and listing them. So like any shirt, even if I sold 2 or 3, I was like, this is cool. I mean, I have $0 into it. All of it is just profit. So a couple of shirts was already a win for me.
All right, so I'm about to launch the hook into this program real quick. All right, Glenn, so that was December. Let's talk if you can recall back to January, because then we're going to get into the March, April, and now numbers today. So January, Glenn. And let's make this a little bit, how do I say this? It might be biased because you are a graphic designer, right? This is what you do for a living, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but that being said, 80% of the designs that you crank out are text-based. They're not design, they're just text, right?
Yeah, I really don't want to, like, I tell people and different emails and stuff, people have questions. I try to knock out 100 shirts a week. So in order to do that, I'm really going to have to crank out simple designs. I think those have also done well for me because maybe some people think that t-shirt designs have to be some kind of crazy ideas with like a bunch of colors or gradients or like clipping masks and stuff. Like they can be very simple things, bold, clean shirts, and they seem to be doing well for me. So yeah, I've done a lot of like text-based, maybe like funny type shirts, and they've done well for me, and I'm able to crank them out pretty easily.
Okay. So your January numbers, now that you made like, maybe you sold, I don't know. Let's just talk about your January numbers now.
Okay.
What do you recall your January numbers now that you probably have? How many did you have designed by the start of January?
Oh man, that's tough. I know for sure I did tier up to like 100 shirts probably by that time. Yeah, I think I did get to 100 shirts. And so my payout for January was $516. Looking at it here, $516.
Okay. Then you designed more shirts because you were like, this is fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's fast forward to March.
Okay. Well, the interesting thing about January to February is that my February payout was $987, but during that time, I remember kind of waiting around, wondering when I was gonna kind of like tier up to like 500 designs, and I was cranking out shirts, and there was quite a bit of them that weren't even getting, not getting any buys, but wasn't even getting any looks. So during that time, I was like, you know what? I only grew probably like, $400, which you're probably saying, well, hey, that's another $400. But I was putting a little bit more time during that point, and I was like, man, like I really want to. I just got to keep going at it. During that time, I was like, what do I do? Should I try out different things? It's a little bit slow, and I just kept pushing through it. I was like, you know what? All of this is just, it's money. All it's doing is taking my time, not putting any money into it. I was like, I just got to go 110% into it and see where it goes from there. So when March came around, then I got the check for $3,200, and I was like, you know what? Now I really got to push this thing.
All right, so let's talk about now this month. You're projected. What do you think in the month of May? What do you think you're going to clear?
May, as long as it keeps on going, what it's going at right now, I should clear around $7,100 profit.
So there's your hook, guys. If this isn't interesting enough to you, you should get off this broadcast. But we're going to delve into, how you guys out there and people in the green room can, and by the way, Glenn is one of our members, so he is one message away in the green room. He's always active in there and everything. But we want to make sure that we also give some good information out here on YouTube for free. Of course, you want the real good stuff. It's typically behind the scenes. And Glenn, thank you for that video that you made for the green room. So last week or the week before. CP, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he posted a bomb video.
Yeah, so thank you for that video. Everyone, like pretty much everyone just was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So we really appreciate that. Okay, so it sounds like this income, you went 110%. That's basically you're working, right, to get some of this money. And would you say that after you've done the job and after you've uploaded the design, you're never seeing that design ever again? Like it's out of your way, you just go to the next one, right?
Yeah, and especially for me, because the designing was like the funnest part for me, and it's like what I love to do, so I was like, I'm not going to look back, and I'm just going to just keep cranking out designs.
Okay. That's awesome, man. So now you're tiered up to like, what, 2,000 or something like that?
Yeah, right now I'm at 2,000. I think the next tier up is 4,000, I believe, so.
Okay. And then there's a question here from JoJo Vlog. I think he has 1,300 designs. How many designs do you think you have right now?
Yeah, when I made the video, I had like 1,300, and then last night I added some more, so now I'm at 1,450, I think.
Okay, so it just kind of gives you guys some insight on what does it take to make $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. So if you have any questions, by the way, all you guys in the feed, gals too, put them in the feed. College Picker will be looking at that. All right, so Glenn, can anybody get started on merch? I mean, anybody can start this, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you joined in during that time with Chris Green interview, I mean that was of course like the perfect time to join because they were accepting most people that join. If you join now, I mean it might take a little while. I think it's taken people probably like 2 or 3 months, but
really,
yeah, about 2 or 3 months to get in. But
wow.
Let's say even if you get in from 2 or 3 months from now, it's a great opportunity. So I would just sign up as soon as possible if you haven't already.
Okay, we have a question from our very own Green Room member, Thrifty Treasures, aka Tanya. Question: about a month ago, some of my t-shirts were hijacked. Did this happen to you, Glenn, ever?
I looked up some of the shirts, and yeah, some of them were hijacked. I think, I don't know, there had been a couple of sellers that have just come in and like copied and pasted different, like literally just taking the designs of some people. And Amazon's really like cranking down. I know 2 or 3 of them that have just already gotten kicked off the platform, and they're really trying to eliminate more
That's
people.
Awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a new platform. It's going to take some time, but they're getting to it. So I mean that's good. They're gonna eventually just eliminate these people that are stealing designs. So it's going to take some time.
They eliminate them based upon a complaint or a claim that you file, or do they just how does this happen?
You can you can do a claim if you want, if you see your shirt being copied. And then I don't know how they're doing certain trademark searches, but I know some people have just gotten emails saying, hey, we took off your shirt because of trademark infringement. So maybe Amazon is also, getting more people to just check up on these infringements, because some are just obvious. I mean, you can't have just like, I don't know, LeBron James shirt and try to make money off of his name, or movies or shows or House of Cards shirts. I mean, stuff like that is just obvious stuff, and I know Amazon's really trying to crank down on those like real quick.
Okay.
Will they kick you off the platform for that, or will they just take your shirt down and send you like a slap on the wrist?
I think they will take your shirt down. Some people have gotten like three trademark infringements and then they're gone. So I really don't know. I've never even received one yet as far as like the trademark infringement. So I really don't know when they'll kick you off. But I don't know. At least they're. I mean, it's going to take some time, like I said, for the new platform. But at least they're getting there.
Okay. What's up, Kevin Nielsen in the feed? Hey, Glenn, do you anticipate your current shirt designs selling just as well in the future as they do now? This is from Kevin Nielsen in the feed.
I would think so. I'm trying to kind of go towards the like niches and things that people have a passion for, and I think those will hang in there for the long run. I know Young was kind of doing some like political type shirts, which a lot of people have been doing trends and stuff. I haven't really been doing a lot of trends, but some people have. I mean, I don't know how good those Ted Cruz shirts are going to be selling right now, but if you want to go for trends, go ahead.
All right. So if you go for a trend, like let's say Trump is, Trump, Hillary, all that kind of stuff, can you put Trump's name on something, or can you not?
Politics is supposed to be free game, I thought.
Yeah, politics are supposed to be free game. I really don't know all the details on it, because I've heard mixed things that some people have gotten their shirt removed and then some haven't when it comes to that stuff. I've seen a lot of like Bernie Sanders shirts and Trump and Hillary, so I don't know. That's a really good question, because me and Jake from the green room were trying to figure that out too. We were like researching a whole bunch of stuff, and we didn't even have an answer at the end when it came to the politics.
Do you have any Trump shirts up?
No, I don't have any Trump shirts.
Oh my gosh!
I was gonna clear $7 grand with no political.
Yeah, how are you gonna, dude? You would have cleared like 10 grand if you would have put up one.
No, man, he's gonna clear like 50 because it's Trump. I'm just kidding. Okay. Jameson, Green Room member, is in the feed right now. Could you talk about how to avoid trademark or copyright stuff?
I'd like to use Trademarkia. Let me put it in here. And, of course, trademarkia.com. And you can put that in. You can type in, like, a certain phrase, and it'll tell you, when that trademark was, I guess when it had a certain date when they applied, or whoever owns it. And I guess for clothing, shirts, or stuff like that, it'll also tell you what the trademark is for. So I use that website.
Okay. See, America has a great question here, and then we'll go into further into this little interview. But what topic is the highest sold shirts? Is it sports, romance, holidays? What do you think, Glenn?
Honestly, all of them, because all of them have like a certain. If someone really likes the T-shirt, and it's a good competitive price too. And the thing to remember is with Amazon Prime, I mean, Amazon is a little bit slower right now because of like how many shirts are uploaded. Now there's, I don't even know if I should even say it, but now there's like 280,000 merch shirts. But Amazon is a little bit slow right now to kind of get these shirts out. I think it's taken them like 5 to 7 business days. They were knocking them out in like 3, and then plus it's like the Amazon Prime shipping. So if someone really likes your design, it's a good price, they get the Amazon Prime shipping, they're just going to go ahead and buy it. And I know Christmas stuff, I think some people had some pretty good Christmas shirts during that time. I didn't have any Christmas shirts since I was kind of late, but they said that Q4 for merch was pretty good too.
Okay. Here's one more question for my brother. All right, do you design on V-neck, standard tees, front and back, or do you stick to a single color? This might be a very noob question, but first of all, you can't do V-necks, right? It's just T-shirts, right?
Yeah, just T-shirts.
Okay, and then standard tees, no, it's like Anvil or American Apparel, right?
Yes.
Okay, front and back or just front?
You can do back if you want to. You can do front and back.
Okay, and the color is just up to the customer, right?
Yeah, that's totally up to you. They let you pick up to 5 different color designs,
Okay.
and that's like blue, green, whatever you want. For some reason, they don't have pink yet, so hopefully they'll get pink soon.
Well, if you want to see all your money go away, pick pink. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about, let's go rapid fire on some of these questions real quick, because I gotta at least get halfway down my questions here. Let's do rapid fire, so that means very quick response, Glenn. Are you capable? Are you capable?
All right. I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready. All right, here we go. How is merch different than FBA or eBay with payouts?
With payouts, well, especially if you're designing shirts yourself, if you get 100% profit. So the payouts, it's really up to you on what you name your price.
Is it bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly? How do they pay you?
You'll get it at the end of the next month.
At the end of the next month. Okay, cool. Is merch to you a pilot or a beta service? Does it feel pilot or does it feel beta to you, or does it feel like an established kind of thing with Amazon?
It already feels established. They're making changes. They're progressing, and I know for a fact. Well, maybe not for a fact, but at least what I'm hearing from Chris Green, at least what he knows, they're eventually going to move on to other stuff to add on to it.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if you get like backpacks and mugs and other stuff later.
Sure.
Okay. How governed is merch as of right now? Like, you out there. I mean, okay. First of all, I think I would consider you one of the more successful merch sellers that I know, right? But apparently, some people that have like 3 people, hired, and it's like a real business now, right? For some people, and they're cranking out serious cash, right?
Yeah, they have like 2 or 3 designers under them. Some person that just does listing. Some like a person that just does, trying to come up with ideas and also research like trademark. I mean, that's like going all out.
Okay. So, how governed is merch as of now from your eyes?
I think it's just here for the long run. I mean, I'm just gonna keep on cranking out shirts and see where it goes from there. But I think they're just willing to just build this platform even more.
Okay. Do you think Amazon can come in on this platform like they do with some really successful private label stuff and just undercut you one day? Because maybe they see a shirt that's like selling so well, so they just copy it.
They just like take your idea.
Oh, it happens with private label all the time. Like they have something called Amazon. What is it called? Amazon something.
Amazon Basics.
Basics, yeah. And they take people's.
Yeah, but that's just like a USB cord or like a mouse. That's not someone's idea.
A shirt or an article of clothing. Think about it. I mean,
I don't know. There's some copyright. Like I don't know.
Okay. Easy money. My brother on the
intellectual design.
Maybe you're right. Here's a pretty funny question. Are there any returns, Glenn, with merch?
I think there are returns, and I know if someone cancels like a shirt, like they didn't want it anymore for some reason, you just won't make a royalty. You just be $0, but you don't lose money or anything. So very low risk.
Very low risk. That answers Easy Money's question and Scott McFarland's question. Okay, so if you have any questions, guys, out there, this is the best part of this show is that it's live. It's Wednesdays, always at 8 p.m. Do us a favor. There are 107 members. I mean, not members, but 107 people watching this show. Give it a thumbs up if you are liking the information right now and you want information like this to continue on our Green Room Hangouts. And while you're at it, do yourself a favor. It's garage sale season. Put this on your phone. It's down below. It is free. It's what the admins created probably about a year and a half ago. Okay, 100 amazing items to resell. You can get the guide for free and get on our wonderful email list, which will prompt you on all these shows. Plus, it's got a lot of cool stuff that we've written in the background that no one gets to see. It just comes out in email form. So go check that out. But yeah, more importantly, if you want this kind of content to continue, hit the like button, which is down there, which will, you got to burn some calories today, guys. So hit that thing. All right, you ready for more rapid fire?
Sure.
Okay, assuming you're approved, what's the very first thing you should do?
Dang, assuming you're approved, then I would just start coming up with ideas right now.
Let's think about these 108 people in the room. Like, let's say 54 of them. Okay, half of them are approved. they don't even know where to start. What's the first thing they do, Glenn? What would you do?
I would start coming up with some ideas, and if you want to do them yourself, I would start looking up some YouTube tutorials on some of these programs. If you don't know Photoshop, Illustrator, any of that stuff, I would start looking it up. Maybe you want to buy the program or find some way to get the program. If you want to do it yourself, if not, you can outsource and try to find a designer for them.
And by the way, if you go to Adobe, you can get Illustrator for $20 a month. Always the most current design. I mean, you know, how do I say it? Current edition, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's like their cloud. It's like their cloud platform.
Yeah, it's their cloud one, which is still perfectly fine, right?
Oh yeah, it's 100% ready to go.
Okay.
Glenn,
so
do you have a database of like royalty-free graphics that you can recommend, or do you not use that?
That's kind of a hard question because I know some even like royalty-free websites, they're still not free for commercial use.
Oh, really? It's just used for
like personal use. Yeah, if you're using
I mean, but
personal...
where's the line of like personal and commercial? Because if it's on your website and your website's making money, isn't that commercial?
Yeah, that's like a little like fine line, but
if it's on a YouTube video and your YouTube video is making AdSense, isn't that commercial?
Yeah, that's considered commercial. Yeah, same thing. If you're making money off of it, it's considered commercial use. So.
Then why would I buy these databases? Okay, you answered my question. Thanks. I'm not gonna rant.
And the same thing could go for fonts. If you want to use certain fonts, some of them, the designers, I mean, they own it. So some of them are 100% royalty free. You could use it for commercial use, and some of them is for personal use only. So that really just depends.
Okay. What is PicMonkey, Glenn? Do you know?
No, I do not know what it is.
Okay. What about Cafe? Everyone knows what Cafe Press. This is like way different than Cafe Press, right?
Yeah, this is a different thing. I've never even tried that one, or what is the other one called?
Spreadshirt.
Yeah, there's some other ones, and even kind of like what Crispin was saying. I mean, this is Amazon, which is it just trumps everything else. Like.
Okay. No, I totally agree with you. I mean, Amazon is going to give you. What, on like a $20 shirt, they're going to give you about $7, and for $7 you can use their entire like eyes and ears and all the people that go to Amazon. So it's like, what a wonderful trade-off if you think about it. Yeah,
I wrote down some of the little like payouts in case you guys wanted to know. The low end, $10.99, you'll make 3 cents. So $12.99, you'll make $1.73, and then $14.99, you'll make $3.43. And then if you price them at $19.99, which is kind of like the standard, you'll make $7.68 per shirt.
Did you say 3 cents on one of those?
Yeah, $10.99, you'll make 3 cents.
That's not even linear.
Okay, so we got onto this. What question do you need to know? Photoshop, Illustrator, any other program? You're recommending Illustrator. What's a reasonable time to put into each design? Now knowing what you know, like Glenn, help us out here. We got some people that are going to be starting, including myself, including CP, probably in the month of July. You know, if you had 25 designs, likely they should probably all be text-based, right?
Yeah, I'd probably try to mix it up and stuff.
Okay, and then what do you think? Like, spend what? Assuming you know a program halfway decent, what? Spend 15 minutes each design? Not even that?
Even then, that's text-based stuff. I know you can probably knock it out quicker. I know Young's spending like half an hour on a shirt, so I was like, come on, Young, and he knows the programs.
How long do you spend on your shirt? Like when you crank out 100 in a week, I know you have a full-time. Well, you do graphic design full-time, but like, how long are you spending on an average shirt these days? Now knowing what you know.
I mean, I would say if you're spending 10 to 15 minutes a shirt, I think you're good to go.
You're what? Say again?
You're good to go, like 10 to 15 minutes per shirt, something simple. I think you're good to go. I mean, that's a good.
Your shirt bank, that say you have a bank of 100, if you want to kick off one, does that open up a slot for another one?
Yeah, if we wanna delete some of them, you'll get the space back.
Okay, so it's not a okay, cool. That means if you did like a 15-minute one and it was garbage, didn't sell for a month, it's like a gumball machine.
Yeah, you can go ahead and just take it off. You can get a new shirt on there and try to get some sales on that one.
All right, cool. Refreshing this, I'm seeing 33 people like this video. This is unacceptable, peeps. You got to hit the video. There's a lot of good information. Hit the video. Glenn, tell them to hit the like button. Tell them to hit the like button, will you?
Just hit that like button. I gotta see it. Where is it?
They don't want to hit it for Bonafide.
Sure.
And by the way, Glenn, you know, if you guys
likes.
want to see more of Glenn and like his hustles and his FBA business and his shirt stuff, Glenn, Hustler Hacks, right? That's the YouTube channel?
Yes, Hustler Hacks is my YouTube channel, and if you want to see the latest video, you can see I have my numbers on there, and just like a little introduction about merch.
Okay, cool. So, and if you are if you are in the green room, Glenn is one click away. You can ask him any questions that you want. And Glenn also likes making videos, so never know when the next Glenn merch video is going to drop in the green room, but I'm pretty sure it's when you cross the 10K mark, you're going to start figuring out like all these other tips that you can give. We always appreciate that, man. All right, so think about this real quick, and let's make this a quick response. But what are 3 good tips to making shirt designs?
What are some tips on making some
3 good
good?
tips. Get 3 real good tips that you're like, all right, these are good tips. Like, I'll give them these.
One thing I like to keep in mind is that, let's say you want to do like 5 different colors. Some of your designs, if you're going kind of crazy on color or something, they're gonna look really weird. Like if your text is blue and you want it to go on a blue shirt, you're not even gonna see it. So I would keep that in mind when you're making your design. That if you want to have up to like all 5 different colors, try to think of some kind of design or like a certain color that's gonna look good on all 5 of those colors.
Okay, good. That's tip number 1. What's another one?
Designing good shirts. I'd probably say to definitely keep it simple and don't go too crazy with some of the stuff that you don't really need to. I mean, I don't know. I've just seen some really good art pieces on there that someone, you know, they probably like hand drew it and scanned it and then probably like drew it again on Photoshop or something, like some really good stuff, and like there's just like no need for it.
And then it doesn't speak to anybody, they don't sell any.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't go crazy in designing. That's tip number 2. What's tip number 3?
Tip number 3, designing a good shirt. I'd probably say just something that, like I talked about before, that people are kind of passionate about. So when you're designing it, I would definitely keep that in mind. Like if I was this certain person in this certain niche, would I want to buy this shirt? Is this appealing to me? Would I spend $19.99 on this shirt? If you design something and you think to yourself, oh man, this really looks bad, I mean, no one else probably will want to buy something like that either. Really try to think like, hey, this is a good shirt, I really like it, bold, clean design, I think it's going to do well, you're confident about it, go with that design.
Okay.
Do you pick the prices?
Yeah.
What was that?
We pick the prices, right?
Yeah, you name your own price.
It's not like it's not a range, it's like you could just pick whatever.
Whatever price you want. Like I said, $10.99, it seems to be the lowest because you'll make 3 cents. I've seen some shirts as like $24.99, $27.99. So those royalties are really good. But I don't have any that high.
Okay. We talked about the colors, the shirt compositions. Wow, we're actually going through this outline, Glenn. I'm really proud of you, man. Usually I can't even get through half of my questions. But yeah, man, we're getting a lot of stuff done here. So, is there any other work that needs to be done besides uploading the design and then picking the colors?
You upload a design, you pick the color, you name your price at that same page, and then the next page after that, now you have your title. So title for the shirt, they have some like 2 blocks for bullet points. You want to put in whatever you want in there, and then they have a description, which is optional. And then one last step, you can choose if you want to make it into a sample. Like let's say you just want one shirt. You can make it into a sample, send that link to other people. Maybe they want to buy that shirt, or you can just make it live to Amazon for everybody.
Okay, let's rewind a little bit. All right, so now you got me interested about something on that second page. So you click the second page that you were talking about, right? What does it have on it again?
The second page is just your color. You pick your colors, and then it's the price. And then the next page after that is your title, You get 2 bullet points. You can put whatever you want in there, and then you have an optional description.
That's where I wanted to stop you. Okay, so this bullet points. When you put a shirt with some text, okay, let's just say there's one that says "Go Trump or go home." Okay, let's just say that. That's what that's okay. Go Trump or go home. I just made that up. Please don't take that.
I'm gonna go make the shirt right now.
Right now.
No, okay. So let's just say you go Trump or go home. What would you put in the 2 bullet point thing?
I would probably put something very similar. I think same thing for the title. I would probably see what I can kind of squeeze in the title to. I don't know what the character limit is, but they give you a pretty good amount. But I would probably say something kind of relative to that. So maybe you can say, putting in some keywords like, you know, vote or 2016 president, election, things like that.
So is that the place where you put keywords in that second place, or no?
In the title and those bullet points, I would probably mix them in those 2 to put some kind of keywords in there. But you got to keep in mind, keywords are also trademark infringing. So if you put Game of Thrones in your title, then you'll probably get that off too.
Interesting. Okay. What if you say Game of Trump? Just kidding. Okay.
What if you put GOT?
All right, so that's cool. And then the other one after that is did you say okay? It was a description, then the bullet points, and what was the thing after that?
Yeah, well, the title, bullet points, and then it's an optional description.
Okay.
So you don't have to do it, but it's totally up to you.
Do you put anything in the optional description, like made by a guy on computer, made 100 tonight, like? Right?
No, don't put anything in there.
Okay, cool.
I used to in the beginning, and I didn't really see any. I used to in the beginning, but I really didn't see a huge difference, honestly.
Okay. So we talked about copyright strike. What happens if someone rips off your idea? You can make a claim. Here's my next question. It's so stupid because we already answered it in the very first part. Is it possible to make thousands a month doing merch? Yes. Okay, so we talked about the big dogs doing it, and they have people under them. Where are they finding some of these designers and stuff? Are these just friends, or like, are they finding stuff on Fiverr, Odesk? Like, what do you know?
I know they are finding some of these. I know some of the Fiverr ones got like booked up like crazy. So I don't even know if there's really that many Fiverr ones going on anymore. And I think Odesk and all those kind of very similar to finding people like for Kindle. I think they were kind of finding designers on the same websites.
Okay. Cool. So, Glenn, knowing what you know about merch, like, what's your end goal in merch? Like, I know your next thing is like what, the 10,000 mark, right?
Yeah, that was my goal when I first started. I was like 10,000. I gotta go 110% to see what I can get to that point.
Nuts.
Watch it be like the go-to.
This is something you could be doing on the beach in Thailand for real. Like, are you planning on traveling with this awesome income you're getting?
Well, that's the funny thing, because some people have asked me, like, okay, so what happens when you get to 10 grand point? And I was like, well,
not just that, it's a different freedom aspect. Like, it's a complete different freedom aspect than picking.
I'm still actually probably going to go reselling. Like, it's just no end. I think I'm just going to keep going. I don't even know what to do. I mean, I just bought a house recently, so I know a lot of certain money is going to go to that. But as far as like traveling stuff, I really don't know. I think I'm just kind of like, I really want to see like December range to see where I'm really at.
That'd be nice, man. And plus, if it goes on to other things, like if it goes to sweaters or jumpsuits, you never know what it's going to go to, right? And that would just be more income, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Let's answer Texas Gal Treasure's question.
Okay.
Do you ever use public domain images? And that goes kind of similar to what we were talking about earlier, is just that they have to be free for commercial use. Like, you really have to find out all the details on images. And I haven't really seen like a lot of image or picture-based shirts, even on merch. I know they have, I've seen some printed, and they've said the quality was kind of like, because it's a lot of color, a lot of details that go into picture-based. But for the copyright purposes, I would just really do research. I haven't done any public domain images, but I would really do your research on the infringement part of it.
Okay. From Al L, do you research popular selling designs on Amazon, then create similar designs, or all these designs that you're making money on come straight from your mind and your head? And you're driving around in traffic and you think of designs, like how does it kind of come all together?
That's a good question. I do a lot of research, like Pinterest and Instagram, and I really don't search a lot, I guess, like Amazon, because I just feel like it's our own shirts that are already out there. So I kind of like to see, like, even general, like Google search, okay, well, what are some good niches and stuff? And then I see maybe some certain ideas. I'll look them up and see, of course, trademark stuff, but I also want to see how can I make that design better? How can I, maybe it's like design-wise, color-wise, details. How do I want to make this shirt better?
Education, man. Your education comes in.
Yeah, that's where that college degree that I put so much money in comes into play.
I bet you have all these like design theories just like bubbling in the back of your head that you're like, that design's awful because it broke this theory and that theory.
Yeah, there's like certain aspects of that point that, yeah, that I learned during school. So that I would probably say is a little advantage.
Hard-earned. Hard-earned, man.
We have another question in here. I Shine Entertainment. Do you ever take photos and use your own design with a photo? Or do you ever take? Okay, so first of all, do you ever design? Let's like reduce this a little bit down to something simpler. Do you ever design anything outside of text-based, or is it just not worth your time anymore?
Yeah, I think I just go with what I know already, what's been doing successful for me, so I just keep cranking those out. I haven't really tried anything new, especially with some like photos and stuff like that.
So, see America's question: if I use my own photo, how well does it come out? Do you think it
I think that's a tough one. I mean, I have done one. We had a customer like with our family business that wanted to do like a picture for their uncle or something. They had a picture they wanted to put on the front, and I put it on there, and they got it, and it came out decent. So you can do it, but with how much color and details go into the picture, I wouldn't expect like top notch. It's just they have like certain printers I know that they use with Amazon, so that's why I also kind of want to emphasize on like simple, clean designs because I know they come out well with what they use.
Okay, the viral side just has a really good question here. Can you kind of tell ahead of time what designs are going to sell pretty well?
Yes and no. I would say yes because of the certain niche and maybe like how many people are really interested in this. You'll see like how many posts and tags like on Instagram and Pinterest and stuff. But at the same time, there's like a lot of shirts that I've designed that I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. I think it's going to do well, and have not sold one. So it's kind of a mix. I mean,
are some of your powerhouse shirts, Glenn? Because I know you look at the analytics, right? Because anyone that is making that kind of money, you know, in the merch program is going to start looking at analytics and go, okay, what are the correlations? You're always trying to figure out what's working, what's not. Have you found that the ones that make you the most money are the ones that you had in the very beginning, or are these some of the ones that you just thought of and it was just a different trend you capitalized on? Or what can you tell us without telling too much about your business? But like, what can you say to that point?
I think that the ones that I designed in the very beginning are doing better because of over time, and they've been on Amazon, the platform, for a little bit longer. And like I said in the very beginning, when I designed those, it took like 2 to 3 weeks to really see like some money generating. So I think that once you do create something, especially now, it might take a while, like 2 to 3 weeks. And now that there's like a lot more shirts, it might take a little bit longer. But I think it's definitely, as long as you have a good idea, a good shirt, it's going to sell. But it did take some time, for sure.
Is there a rating system on Amazon shirts like there are on their products, like 1 to 5 star?
Yeah, you can leave some reviews on them.
I wonder what the reviews would be. It's just like, what, this is not what I was.
Yeah, because it's not all the same quality. It's the same quality shirt, like across the board.
And yeah, those are most of the, like, I think I have 4 or 5 shirts that have 1-star reviews, and the review was the quality was bad. It smelled like vinegar, like stuff with quality. Like, and Amazon could take that off, of course, because it's on their quality of shirts, but those were like the only reviews that I've seen, low reviews that say it. So I guess just because of the quality.
Okay. I got a question from Oreo Kid. Directed to me, would I sell my hat? As of right now, no. And I'm actually going to the ACL Festival in, I think it's October. I have my tickets ready, so I'm going to get another series of hats because these things are just awesome. But these things cost $30 at the ACL Festival, but they're like really limited edition. So anyway, the lady on the plane too when I was going to Florida was like, "Oh my gosh, where did you get?" I know, like you actually managed to get a hat because you have to go on day one, like before noon, just to get a hat like this because they run out of stock. Anyway, that's just where I got the hat. But honestly, when merch becomes
I got a really
and they put patches on the front of the hats, you can just merge this thing out and make yourself one because it's gonna be that easy, really. And anyway, so Oreo Kid, send me one please at Chris. Yeah, just let me know late September that you want a hat. I'll get you one. Okay, so most people don't know that there are print-on-demand shirts on New to. Okay, so New to UCT is saying most people don't even know that they're printed-on-demand kind of shirts, and that's why they smell like vinegar anyway, right?
Yeah.
Man, these people out there, like I've had plenty of shirts that smell like vinegar, and it's just like you just gotta wash them, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Thrifty Treasure says I like them really soft. I guess she's talking about shirts. So you do mostly all your shirts on Anvil versus the American Apparel. Have you done some on American Apparel, or I mean, I can honestly say that Anvil versus American Apparel, like American Apparel just feels so much better as a shirt than Anvil. But that's just me, and I have a fair amount of American Apparel shirts. What do you know about that, Glenn? Like, is an American Apparel shirt going to cut into your profit more if you're pricing both shirts at $19.99?
The American Apparel ones do cut into your payouts. I gotta double check to see how much they actually do, but they do cut more into it. And
you pick. They don't pick.
Yeah, you pick if you want the.
I thought like it made sense to me. Like they get to pick Anvil or American Apparel depending on what kind of quality they want, not you.
Yeah, you get to pick what shirt.
Oh, it would be better if the customer could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would help too because with American Apparel, they even tell you before you pick it. There's just certain things about it, and for one, most of them are like slim fit tees. So that could play a difference in when they're looking at your shirt if they want to pay for that. Maybe they think it might run a little bit small, a little tight. So I just kind of stick it with the regular Anvil shirts, kind of like the standard. So.
Okay. The viral side says, "Hey, did you do any promoting or paid ads to get any of these sales numbers that
I haven't done any ads yet, and I don't know. I'm trying to find. I mean, I want to try it out, but I just haven't even had time. The design stuff is like the funnest thing for me, so I just figured I'm just gonna crank out as many as possible.
Wouldn't it be smart to maybe if you're gonna do the ad thing that you would pick your top 10 and just run ads like with really good keywords and pick your customer base run a Facebook one, for example?
Yeah, I think I've heard some mixed reviews on some of the Facebook ads when it comes to the merch stuff. Some people that haven't done really well on it, but I think also might have to come down to, I guess your knowledge into it. I really don't have any knowledge in Facebook ads. I'd probably have to learn a little bit more about it too on what, like some smart strategies into it before I try out some stuff. But for sure, I think ads could only help you.
Okay. I do have a question that might be kind of interesting. So suppose you want to go a little bit further than text-based and you want to, let's talk about now the same thing, go Trump or go home, right? Actually, no, not the same thing, because if politics are just public domain in the first place, let's just go into, the movie The Big Lebowski, right? Let's just say, for example, right? And everyone knows, the stereotypical picture of the guy with the beard and, whatever you want to say. I think he had a beard. Yes, he did. Okay, so can you find a picture, let's say, on Google Images, and then, do all kinds of fixins to it? It's still the same picture, but it's all pixelated and it's maybe black and white. And can you bring that with a really crappy saying onto a shirt, or will you get flagged because now you have a picture of Jeff Bridges on your shirt, or Goodman, for example?
Yeah, that's kind of tough because if it looks like Goodman and still has his likeness,
yeah, then
they could probably be like, trademark infringing for that. Like if I guess I would say if Goodman or his people saw it on Amazon, be like, hey, this shirt has your likeness on there, they might just report it and get it off. It's kind of tough because you would like want it to like look like them to get those fans, but at the same time, if it looks like them too much, it's like gonna get flagged. So it's kind of an interesting dilemma there.
Yeah, because everyone knows that I like this movie called Point Break, and I don't know how. Well, everything now, everyone knows like your phones are listening in on all your conversations now. Same with your laptop. So if you say enough things around your phone or your laptop, you'll get hit by those ads, right? It's just the way it works. So, and I've like searched Point Break on Redbox on my phone. Like, there's all kinds of things, but I'm getting hit with Point Break ads on Facebook, right? For people that have created merch shirts that are Point Break related. Okay, and they have like is it Nick Nolte or the other guy? Never mind. It's Gary Busey's face. You know, it has like Patrick Swayze with his cool lines or something that Johnny Utah said. But like, it's got the face, and it's definitely the likeness. I definitely know who it is on the shirt. You think those guys are like one step away from getting banned, or it might not even matter because Swayze is passed, and maybe you can do it with people that are passed away, maybe.
Yeah, I think with that, I've seen some too that have come through on mine, and they're like they have like a fine line that they're on there. But what I noticed too is like a lot of these, of course, they're not like merch shirts, but they're probably heavily invested creating their own T-shirts and shipping them out themselves or whatever. But I don't know. That's a good question. I think that there's just the trademark thing is like very, I don't know, iffy here and there because. I don't know, stuff like that, especially doesn't have a likeness or something, or doesn't have the exact name, you would think wouldn't really get flagged, but I don't know, it's very tough.
Okay, so let's talk about the two places that someone can do due diligence and do some research. What's the first one again? That I'm gonna write it down because I need to look at this too. But so if you want to make sure that you have this really crafty phrase that you thought about, you want to make sure it's not trademarked. How do you do that?
You can go to trademarkia.com. I'll put it on here again. So they'll let me put any links or whatever. But Trademarkia. Also, iShine Entertainment right there. They have the trademark site, the USPTO.gov. That site, you can also look it up there.
What's it called?
And you can. It's right here, like 2 comments ahead of mine. The trademark site, USPTO.gov. I think it's .gov/trademark. And you can search on there too for different. Like little taglines or sayings or something that you're thinking about using for your shirt.
Okay, cool. Anything else that you think like definitely want to stay away from like Nintendo stuff, Zelda stuff? Like you don't want to mess with that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I had such
I've had so many. Etsy is like trademark infringement city, man. That's all it is people that have their own screen printers making these shirts, like Hogwarts, freaking Zelda. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's copyright infringement city or trademark city, whatever.
I have so many good ideas that regard 8-bit Nintendo stuff, but it's like I know that if I do that with the merch thing, that's just out of control. That's gone. But you're saying that you can do it on Etsy, but then I would have to have physical inventory, so that's just not...
Yeah, or access to somebody that has the printer. Or you could... No, that wouldn't work. I was going to say drop ship it from Amazon, but you can't put it on Amazon to create the shirt. But, yeah,
Cool. So, Glenn, you're just getting a house built in El Paso, right?
Yes.
And you're going to... are you going to dedicate a room just to, like, merch, maybe? Like, when you walk into it and you're like, all right, I'm designing 500 shirts tonight.
T-shirts hanging on the wall.
my merch room. Are you really going to take... at what time do you think Amazon's going to start going, all right, we need more than shirts, we're going to go sweatshirts, what's the next possible thing that Amazon's going to do? What do you think it's going to...
Coffee mugs.
You think it's going to be mugs? Do you think it's going to be sweatshirts?
Mugs. Definitely mugs. Or hats.
Yeah, I think mugs or hats, something similar, or maybe even like drawstring bags or like something that they could print on that's not going to be probably too crazy, but that people would buy. So I think probably maybe those 3.
Okay, that's cool. We got time for about 5 more questions or so. 8:53 here Central Time. Amazon should do business cards. That's Traveling Troy, what he said. Part-Time Prophet said, hey, Glenn, talk about what we talked about, yo.
We talked about a little bit about, like, I guess different things that comes with, all right, creating shirts with merch, and what kind of, I guess, skills do you have or whatever. Personally, I think that anybody can do it if you're doing something very simple, text-based shirts. You learn Illustrator, but there is going to be some aspect to it, design-wise, like, you know, that I think that I learned that I have, of course, because of school. But I think a lot of things go very similar with like Kindle publishing. Like, to me, I didn't like it. Like, I tried it. I know when like Rakin was doing a lot of Kindle stuff, I was like, and of course my buddy Dave Kozil we talked to, and I was like, you know what, I'm really gonna learn this Kindle stuff. And I tried it. I had people outsourcing and stuff, and I was like, man, like I really don't like this. Like the process is kind of like time consuming to do this and do that, and someone to create the book and everything. So I just wasn't feeling it. And I thought to myself, like, you know what, even though Dave might be killing it or Steve might be killing it, it's not working for me, and that's okay.
And Amazon heard you and
right when you did that, that money sign came out, so that's what I like to hear.
I think the guy just paid for the shirt.
And I think the same thing could happen with like private label. I think maybe not everybody is into private label, but if you're into that, go 110% into it. If you're into eBay, go 110%. If you're into FBA, 110%. Merch might not work for you exactly, but if you want to give it a shot and you want to see if it does, you know, I'm all for it, and you can ask me any questions, anything I can do to help. I mean, that's all I can pretty much tell you when it comes to that stuff, at least.
All right, there's a question for you by Oreo Kid. Glenn, you should probably answer it. Do you see it?
Where is it?
All right, it's right there in the feed. I'm looking right at it. What's up, Golden Finger Picker? What's up, Chad? He's in the feed. Say hi to GFP. He's there. He just got back from Texas. He actually visited Austin, Texas. And you're probably wondering, did he hook up with a Bonafide hustler and go on an amazing ride along? The answer is no, he didn't. Because I was in Florida when he was in Austin. We like switched. We did trading places, man. That's what we did. Like the day that he got in town, like I jetted town, so it was like kind of weird. But I would have loved to put Chad on the spot and his wife in the spaceship and hustled. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. All right, so Oreo Kid says, hey, Glenn, do you think I look like Vin Diesel?
Someone else said you look like Justin Bieber.
Okay, cool. Well, those are both decent. I hope it's Vin Diesel in Triple X, actually, which is the worst movie on earth. But anyway. All right, so here's the last question of the night. Glenn, do you suggest more to use Illustrator to vector your photo images instead of JPG in Photoshop?
I would say yes, because vector is like a cleaner art to use when it comes to shirts. It's the same thing like if you're typing it out on Illustrator. You know, it's not going to be pixeled. It's not going to be made up of pixels. So it's a vector art. You can change the size without losing resolution. So I would say for sure to go for like a vector type of artwork for your shirt.
All right. I was just kidding. Trevi Bumps, now's a question now. We're not at the end of the show yet, man. We're already a little...
Let's keep getting the questions in here. Let's keep getting them in.
I have a question.
Okay.
Can you change the prices? Like, could you make it really cheap, let it get some steam maybe in the sales search spiders, and then raise it a little bit?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So you can start off with something cheap if you want to go a little bit cheaper, $12.99 or something. So at least you make something, and then if
make
it gains,
rank better.
Yeah, if it gets a better rank, gets a ball moving a little bit, then yeah, you can do that. You can edit it out later on too.
Okay, I didn't know if it was set it and forget it.
What did you just say, CP?
Set it and forget it. Make the rotisserie chicken.
Oh, man. You know what's funny? I'll close out this show on a positive note here. I did see a what do you call those things? Infomercials, right? I did see one on this like pressure cooker XL, and it's like you could throw frozen chicken breast in there, and like 20 minutes later it comes out perfectly fine, and you just put barbecue sauce. And I was like, all right, this sounds amazing. I almost called it. But I was like, you know what? I've never bought a single thing off an infomercial in my entire life. I don't think I'm going to start now. So then I kind of just like was like, whatever. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm in Costco, and sure enough, there's an XL pressure cooker sitting there for like $20 or $30 less than what I saw it on the infomercial. So I pick it up, and lo and behold, it does cook frozen chicken breasts in about 12 minutes with barbecue sauce on it, and it is freaking a time saver. But I thought that was kind of cool. So when you said set it and forget it, then yeah, we think of Slap Chop, OxyClean, all these little commercials that are hilarious. But I gotta tell you, some of those products actually work. I don't know if that set it and forget it thing actually works like in real life, but I know that what I bought definitely works, and it's awesome. So anyway, all right, so that is pretty much the show. Tyler Davenport, there's one last question. This is like the Asian person trying to get. Ever seen those videos on YouTube with like the trains in Hong Kong at rush hour, and they're just trying to get in on the subway? You know what I'm talking about, Glenn?
Oh yeah.
And they all just smush in there. Well, this is like the last person trying to smush in there is going to be very uncomfortable for the entire ride. Is it available in one color only or in multiple colors? I know we covered this, but answer it for Tyler Davenport. Is each shirt available in one color only or multiple colors?
And you can choose up to 5 colors for any t-shirt design you want.
Okay, cool. So that is the show, guys. Like I said, if you did enjoy this content, I know it's only an hour long, but hell, I tried hard to give you guys amazing content. I know Glenn is more than willing to help out as well. Glenn, thanks for an hour here with us. Make sure you guys out there hit the like button as well. And then if you guys are in the green room, Glenn is one click away. And if you have any merch questions for him, I'm sure he'd be glad to answer them for you. And Glenn, you also design shirts for some people too. If they want designs or they want some certain things done, you can get that done too, right?
Yes, you can just send me an email, hustlerhacks1, the number 1, at gmail.com, or if you're in the green room, you can send me a message.
Okay, cool. Well, there you have it, guys. We'll see you on next week's Green Room Hangout, 8 p.m. Central Time. Till then, take it easy. We'll see you later. Bye.
Deuces!